copium, 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 copium.
Now, before we do a deep dive into what may or may not be wrong with my brain, I do want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, Into the AM. They make really comfortable clothes, whether you're lounging, going for a jog, or doing something truly athletic like cyber sports. These videos are the most time-consuming thing that I do, but also probably the most fun. And so I have to really thank Into the AM for sponsoring one of them. If you like these videos as much as I like making them, please consider clicking the link below in the description where you'll get 10% off. Now, back to you, Artosis. How do you change something that is so deeply ingrained that it's literally a part of you? Well, I think the answer to this puzzle is to look at your own perceptions. I want to talk really quickly about a book that I've read recently by Derek Sivers, a great author. I definitely suggest you go get it. The book is called Useful, Not True. So to describe what I'm going to attempt here, I'm going to just give a couple of examples. I'm not going to go in too in-depth in the book, even though it's a short one, and I suggest that you read it. First up, what is useful, not true? Let's start on the other side, okay? True, not useful. So if something is true and not useful, let's get an example in StarCraft. No non-Korean player has qualified for a Star League since 2004. Okay, this is true, but is this useful? Is this something I should be thinking about as I try to attempt my goal of getting into something like ASL? Probably not. What, though, is something that is useful but not true? Well, I would say that that is something like with hard work and perseverance, anything is possible. Well, we know that honestly not everything is possible, but if you work hard and you persevere, you're going to get better at what you're doing. So this is the basic fundamental thing as far as changing my perceptions that I'm going to be utilizing. I'm going to focus on 3 specific issues with my mentality. First up, balance. How am I going to fix my mentality when it comes to the balance of StarCraft? Well, here's my rules. All right. No mentioning Zerg or Protoss as being easier or stronger to play. Also, and this one kills me, Terran is the best race. The second part of my mentality that I'll be fixing is my mistakes. Now, what do I mean by my mistakes? Obviously, everyone is making mistakes consistently throughout a game of StarCraft, but I think it can be a little bit difficult to focus on my mistakes when I've watched my opponent lose probes all game and, throw away army after army and then waste all of their tech units and then end up winning because I misclick one time. So this is something that I'm going to have to look at. I can't ignore any longer. No matter how angry my opponent is at books, we are going to go ahead and locate my errors. And that will be either in my play or possibly my thinking about a certain situation, how I approach it, like strategically. And then also, we're going to state how to fix these problems. It's not enough to just be like, okay, this is where I messed up, but what can I do in future games to make sure that this isn't happening anymore? Now, I think it's important to start showing some respect to my opponents because even if they can't spell their own name or point to Europe on a map, they did something to beat me in that game. So what we're going to do is we're going to type GG. I'm gonna have to put that G key back into my keyboard. We're also going to locate what they did specifically which helped lead to a victory over me. And locating that, I think, will be a little bit easier if we start trying to be a little nicer.
To say GG when he's talking this much shit, but yeah, so I actually, so here's the mistake. Like, I have more SCVs and I have a really good factory count coming up, a good time third nexus or third command center. I scanned and saw the gates, so I knew what he was doing. So what I needed to do here was wait just for a couple rounds of vultures, because I just don't have vultures and mines in place when he attacks. Like, this was... The thing that went in my mind was that I needed, like, I drew some of his units over here by attacking the pylon. So I'm like, okay, it's a great time because he doesn't have a full army over here to move up and build shit on the high ground. Which, while that's true, he was basically all in on the 3 base. Like, I got really far ahead from busting his nexus and expanding cleanly and all that. I wouldn't say really far ahead, but definitely ahead. So this allowed him to come back in the game because I don't have any vultures. See, there's like 1 vulture, no mines laid, and he just has mass speed law, and I still hold it and go to a max game and almost win. So I think I played well other than this move. If I had just waited for like some vultures, scanned again just to make sure he's still doing this, because like what Protoss will generally do here is just keep doing rounds and basically max out like this. And so I'd have to get like 180 then push up. And yeah, it becomes a different type of messy, but this is losing too many tanks. That was cool. Seems fair to me. Nothing wrong there. Yeah, no, I would rather die than GG him, honestly. If they're like, if you GG him, you will win the next ASL, I'd be like, go f*** yourself. I have standards.